Hey guys, I'm back in Adams, Tennessee. Adams, Tennessee is known for the Bell Witch. And here's a little historical landmark sign that tells you a little bit about the Bell Witch. If you can't read it, it says, to the north was the farm of John Bell, an early prominent settler from North Carolina. According to legend, his family was harried during the early 19th century by the famous Bell Witch. She kept the household in turmoil, assaulted Bell, and drove off Betsy Bell's suitor. Betsy Bell was John Bell's daughter. Even Andrew Jackson, who was the president of the United States, it says even Andrew Jackson, who came to investigate, retreated to Nashville after his coach wheels stopped mysteriously. Many visitors to the house saw the furniture crash around them and heard her shriek, sing, and curse. So that's a little bit of the story of the Bell Witch. But I was trying to find, I had already gone to the Bell Witch property, which is actually right next door to this. It's right over there, past that where that car's coming out. I had already gone there, so I'm not going to do that again. But I was looking for, the old school. But for some reason, it brought me here to the City of Adams City Hall Museum. So I know there's an old school here that is in Adams, but I don't know how to find it. But it brought me to this. I don't know what kind of museum this is, but I don't know. Let's see. I'll be back. So look at this, guys. I came into this little museum where I'm parked to ask where the place is I'm trying to find. And it's pretty neat. They have some stuff in here. Sorry, drug company. Look at this. It's like an old soda fountain. I wonder if you can go in here. You can. Wow, this is kind of cool, huh? Hi guys. This is the old time soda fountains. Look at this. It's pretty neat. I love what they did in here. So the Bell Witch is a big deal in Adams because you have to look up the Bell Witch, the story of the Bell Witch. It's just fascinating, and there's both. Hold on, I'm reading something. Sorry, guys. The Bell Witch is well documented with writings from John Bell, who was haunted by this witch. Him and his daughter Betsy. It was a terrible thing. So let's go over to the museum. Old cars. I guess I'll sign that when I leave. Oh, look at this. I love how it smells in here. It smells like the old shops in Old Town in Chicago when I used to go there. Like, I think there's incense burning somewhere. Oh, look at this. Angel Lee. I didn't even know she was going to be in here, but Through the Eyes of Angel Lee is an excellent book. She's the one I go to when I do readings. That's Angel. I gave this book to, because I read it all. I gave it to my friend. Sorry guys, I got something in my throat. I gave it to my friend Lisa. I didn't know she had a cup too. But she actually went to the graves of the Bell Witch and pulled out more of the story from her visit to the graves. She's a spiritual messenger, Angel, and she's phenomenal. You can find her on Facebook, Angel Lee Southern Spiritual Messenger. She's incredible and the sweetest lady. So that's pretty cool. Let me take a picture. And her little mug. Pretty neat. That's crooked. Somebody needs to straighten it. Anyway, the place I'm looking for, guys, is right outside. That's why it keeps leading me here. I asked the lady. There's a lady in the front booth. Told her what I was looking for. There's like 3 old businesses that were saved and the buildings were moved. Like an old barber shop and 2 doctor's offices from the 1800s. And they're right outside here, she said. So I'm going to get another one of those books because next time I see Angel, I want to ask her to autograph it for me. In this book, Angel talks about how she can see dead people from the time she was 3 years old. And part of the book is about the Bell Witch because she had gone to the graves of John Bell, I believe, and found out more information than what was ever known. You'd have to read her book to understand that trip to... It's on YouTube when she went to the graves of the Bell Witch, or actually to John Bell, I think. But anyway, this is a little museum they got. And the old Bell School is out here along with those buildings. So I'm going to stop at there next. So that's it. Let's just go outside. And she said walk around the building to my left here. Thanks again. Yeah, she said those buildings that I'm looking for are on the left. She said right around here. So let me go back there and see what I find. Looks like I found them, guys. I didn't realize they were right behind the Adams Museum right here. So if you come to Adams, Tennessee, just go behind the museum and the buildings are here. These are interesting. These buildings were not in this specific location, but they were moved for historic purposes. They wanted to keep them. So they moved them over here behind the museum. And what's interesting over there is that cabin was on John Bell's property and they believe he built that. So here is Stroud's Barber Shop, 1936 to 1996. I don't think we can walk inside of these, but you can look at them through the window. I don't think... Oh, it is open. No, it's not. Is it? No, it's not. Okay, well, we'll see what we can see. I think you get a pretty good idea. This is an old-time barbershop, guys. So they kept, it's pretty neat they did this, that they kept these buildings. Let's move on. And I think these other two, this one here and this one, are both doctor's offices. Dr. W.A. Willett, W-I-L-L-E-T-T, I think. If you want to read up about him, you can right here. Okay, so this is his doctor's office. This was also the 1800s. Yeah, and you can't go in there. Everything's got padlocks and they're just locked up. Too bad. I would love to just walk inside to get a better view of stuff. Just have to do it this way, guys. I'm really here. I'm really interested in the cabin, though. So that's that one. This is his home. It was built for him and his family in the early 1890s and was occupied in later years by Charlie Willett and his sister Mary Laura Willett Porter until 1963. So that was the house he lived in. Okay, let's move on to this doctor's office. I don't know why they have two doctor's offices here, but these are the sides of the... And this was Dr. J.R. Connell, C-O-N-N-E-L-L. And here's a little article about him. He was a doctor for the community of Adams, Tennessee, serving the area for 54 years. Dr. Connell began his practice in Adams Station in 1891, followed by his graduation from the University of Tennessee Medical School in 1889. He was born in Royalport, Tennessee on August 6, 1866, and died of cancer at St. Thomas Hospital in Nashville, October 29, 1946. He's buried in Bellwood Cemetery in Springfield, Tennessee, which isn't far from here. So let me see if you can see that. I'll let you guys read it. I read a little bit of it, but there's more. And then here's his little office. Man, the glare on the windows is hard to see, but there's a room in the back, it looks like. Maybe I can walk on the side and you'll be able to see what's back there. Yeah, I'll try that because there's one little glass window right there. I don't know if you could see inside there, guys. Let's go around to the side here. Handicapped accessible. Oh, that window I wanted to use. I wanted to see the side, but it's got a screen door. I don't know if the door is locked. Let's see. If it's not locked, I can... Nope, can't open it. There's no handle. They're really trying to keep people out of here. So let's see if there's anything in the back. Well, I can't see in there, guys, because it's too high for me. But hopefully you can see something in there, and I'll be able to see it when I go back and look at this. I'm not tall enough to... So let's see. Here is the cabin that was on John Bell's property, which is actually right next door, I think. That is It's believed that he built it. What a neat little cabin. They moved this over here too. I don't know what that old thing is there. Not sure. Right there. Here's the cabin. We'll go around the front of it. I don't think you can look inside. They've got everything like boarded up. Oh, it's right here. But there you go. There's a little historical paperwork on the sign here. We'll go up there and look at that. This says W. Feltz, 1971. HMDACKE. I'm not sure what that means. Oh, the Bell Log House. Sorry, there's a glare, guys. There's not much I can do about it. But I will start from the top and go down, so if you want to read it, you can. Maybe I'll read it when I get home. That was one heck of a scary, scary story. This witch just... So I read a couple of different stories about how this ghost, this Bell Witch, entered into their lives. And the one that I tend to believe, I don't know why, I just feel like it could be true, is that when John Bell bought the property, it was a big farm. And he was redoing things, and him, and I think it was his brother with him, I can't remember exactly, but I think it was, they were digging up by the front of the house, and they came across an ancient little burial area for Native American Indians. And people believe that because that happened, he was cursed. And so the Bell Witch, because that's when the Bell Witch came into their lives. And it tortured and tormented his family, and especially his daughter. It was horrible. I mean, she even had to break up with a boyfriend because of the things this ghostly witch would be doing to her and her boyfriend. And it was just a really crazy story. But yeah, that's it. This is what I wanted to see. So I'm glad I got back out here to look, because I've been curious about it. And here's a look from a distance, guys. So there's the museum that I was in. And then right out back are these three houses and the John Bell cabin that they believe he built. So pretty neat, huh? If I see anything else, I will turn on my camera, but otherwise, that'll be it on this one. Take care, everybody. Come and see if you can, and read up on the Bell Witch Project. And check out Angel Lee. You can find her on Facebook, Angel Lee Southern Spiritual Messenger. And she's on Instagram and TikTok too. Alright, bye guys. Check this out, guys. This is downtown Adams. It's very abandoned. Adams, Tennessee, where the Bell Witch story is well known. And that's what Adams is famous for. But this was an old Methodist church. I can probably insert a picture of what it actually looked like before it was overgrown with these trees. What I heard from a video I was watching is that they rebuilt this church somewhere else, but Apparently they never took this one down. I don't know why there's a nice car there. I'd like to go up to it, but, well, I mean, it's a church, so it would be a public building. Inside of there, guys. That's what it looks like inside. But yeah, I mean, I don't know how old this is, but it's got to be from the 1800s. Like I said, I think they rebuilt this church. Jeez, it's really overgrown. That's too bad. Wonder what's on the side. Let me go around the side and see. So yeah, you can't really see much. It's still just an old... It's overgrown everywhere. My goodness, look at this. So you can't... It's just trees. But maybe over here, you can see a tiny little bit. A little window right there. Danger, keep out, no trespassing. Now I see that. But that's it. And this is the back of it right here. So there's that, and then there are a lot of buildings down here that are abandoned right across the street. Directly across the street from here is this one. This one across the street, I looked these up, and this was a place called the J.R. Winters Dry Goods Company. The name was on the bricks in faded paint a while back, but now it's gone, unfortunately. There were emblems on the front doors that have been stolen. And this building dates back to October of 1897. There were emblems right on those doors that are gone. And that's what it looks like inside. It's like the town grocery store, I guess. Kind of spooky to be back here. And then as you make your way down here, that's that building right there. And this is kind of sad. So there's two buildings right next to it over here. This is a look downtown. That's where the church is, right there. But there's a little graffiti on the side of this building. And it says, in autumn, Geronimo weeps, no pony with a blanket. And then Kerolao, maybe? Not sure about the signature there. But what I read was this was a young boy who put this on this building, and he has since passed away. Isn't that sad? In autumn, Geronimo weeps, no pony with a blanket. So there you go on that one. Now guys, I'm standing in the street so you could get a better look, but there's 3 buildings constructed here. And they were constructed between 1913 and 1915 by J.B. Suggs and E.W. Robertson after previous buildings were destroyed in a fire. And you can actually see, is it on this building? No, I don't think so. I think it was on the other building that you could see the wording. We'll go back to that in a minute. Now the left building here was once the Robertson Company building, and it was a hardware store at one time, and it was operated by Robertson and Sugg. The middle building here was a drugstore. This one right here, that was a drugstore. It was called Sory Drugs, spelled S-O-R-Y, and Company. So Sory Drugs and Company. And it was owned by Dr. Thomas Sory. And then this last building here was once a post office. And it was also run by Sugg, because he was also the official postmaster of the town of Adams. That's it. They're just all gone. All gone. There's nowhere to look inside of these buildings. I mean, that window has no glass in it on the bottom, but obviously it's way too high for me to get up there. There's these fire escapes on the side. You know, it's kind of weird. Should we go up there? Because look at that. The door is open. Let me do that. I'm going to go up here. Maybe I'll get in trouble, but why not? Let's just see what's in there. Hopefully, these stairs feel okay. Wow. I'm afraid to walk in these floors. Not much to see though. I mean, it's just empty. Wow. I'm not going any further, you guys. This is kind of scary. But it looks like some gangs have been in here or something. The graffiti monster got it. But yeah, this was the old post office. Okay, let's go back down. Again, guys, that's a look at the old Methodist Church from across the street. And I just wanted to show you there's an emblem, a Masonic emblem, that I forgot to show you up at the top of this old dry goods store. If you could see it way up there. I think that's well, maybe there was an emblem. Something seems to be missing, just like in the doors. But yeah, there you go. Downtown Adams, Tennessee, world famous for the Bell Witch story. So I found something out, you guys, that I didn't know when I first came here. This is another day. I first came here the other day and now I'm back. So this is actually the Bell School that I was looking for. So in 1913, Charles Bailey Bell donated the land to build this school. In 1919, it had to be rebuilt because there was a fire. And it served as a school until 1970. So I didn't know that. So right now, there's a little museum in there that I took a tour of. There's also a restaurant, and it's also an activity center for the community. But this is Moss's restaurant. There's actually a sign back here too. right there. I saw a review on this little restaurant and it's supposed to be fabulous, so I might go in there depending on when they open. I would also like to find the cemetery where John Bell Sr. is buried. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do that because it says Bell Family Cemetery, so it might be on the Bell property, which is over that way. In that case, a lot of times you can't go in. But this is Moss's right here. Don't know what their hours are, but I'm going to see. Maybe I'll go in. We'll see. But I'm going to go inside here and ask the lady if she knows where John Bell is buried. So guys, I'm now at the Bellwood Cemetery in Adams, Tennessee. And I asked at the community center if John Bell Sr. had a grave that I was able to visit. And she said that he was buried on private property, which I'm not surprised because that grave would probably be vandalized. So I'm a little disappointed, but I'm not surprised, and that's okay. But the Bellwood Cemetery, which is only about 4 minutes down the road from where I was in that direction, right there, has many Bell family members buried here in this little enclosure right here. We have Sarah Elizabeth Bell, January 29th, 1863 to February 1st, 1946. Wife of William Hamilton Willett. And then we have Laura Virginia Bell, February 18th, 1842 to September 22nd, 1914. Wife of Joel Thomas Bell, daughter of Emmanuel and Adeline Pope Henry. Then we have Joel Thomas Bell, MD. He was a doctor. April 18th, 1831 to March 29th, 1910. Husband of Laura Virginia Henry. Then we have John Thomas Bell, July 8th, 1861 to May 2nd, 1879. Charles Bailey Bell. Charles Bailey Bell, that's the person, unless it was a son of his or something, that's the person that donated the land to build the school that we were just at. That is now a community center, restaurant, and museum. It said Charles Bailey Bell, MD, March 30th, 1869 to February 6th, 1945. So I believe that's who that is. And I'm sure there's other Bell members here. And these stones, I think, were added later. I think these were not original stones here. I think the community got together and took care of the stones for them. And everyone that's buried in here, actually. Adams is very proud of the Bell Witch story. It's brought them a lot of notoriety. And, you know, they embrace it, really. It's kind of a weird thing, but I guess you can't blame them, right? It is a very unusual story. I might just drive by the Bell Witch Cave. I already did a video on the Bell Witch Cave when I went myself, but I'll go back there just to show you where it is, and then that'll end it. Okay, and there's rest in peace to everyone in this cemetery. There's graves way up ahead that are flat markers, but I just wanted to show you this. So I just wanted to let you guys know that this road we're on is the road that goes to the Bell Witch Cave, which is right next door. It's right next door to where the museum is, the school, and the restaurant. So that's it. We're right here, right down the road. And this is the Bell Witch Cave, guys. They are closed right now for some reason, but you go in through that fence there, and you go up and you see, you know, the Bell Witch Cave where all the history took place. So take care, everybody. You guys have a good day. I just wanted to show you where it all was. I forgot to mention, guys, they do have a little gift shop up there, and they have signed Bellwood books at the Bellwood Cave. There you go.